My name is Ethan, and what I'm about to tell you happened to my best friend Ryan and his girlfriend Sarah last year. This is based on a real incident. Their full names were never released to the public. What they described to the police, to their families, and eventually to me, still has no explanation. It happened at a small boutique hotel in the mountains of Oregon, the kind of romantic getaway spot that couples book for Valentine's Day. Beautiful rooms, scenic views, and a dense forest right behind the property. A forest that locals warned guests never to enter after dark. Ryan and Sarah had been dating for about 10 months when this happened. They were that couple that everyone thought was perfect together. Always laughing, always holding hands, completely in love. On Valentine's Day, Ryan surprised Sarah with a weekend reservation at this hotel. 2 nights of romance in the mountains, away from the city, away from stress, just the two of them. They made a choice that second night, a choice that would destroy their relationship and change both of their lives forever. Because Ryan never came back from that forest, and Sarah refuses to talk about what really happened in that clearing. But I have the police report. I have Ryan's phone. I have the last video he recorded. And I know the truth, even though I wish I didn't. Ryan and Sarah arrived at the Mountain View Lodge on February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. The hotel was perfect. Small, only about 20 rooms, nestled in the mountains with a stunning view of the valley below. And directly behind the property stretched miles of dense forest. They checked in around 3 p.m. The woman at the front desk, an older lady named Margaret, smiled warmly as she handed them their room key. "You two picked a beautiful weekend to visit," she said. "We have a special Valentine's dinner planned for tomorrow night, and the hiking trails around here are gorgeous." "What about the forest behind the hotel?" Ryan asked. "Can we hike there?" Margaret's smile faded slightly. "I wouldn't recommend it," she said. "The trails back there aren't maintained, and we ask that guests stay out of the forest after dark. It's very easy to get lost." "Why only after dark?" Sarah asked. Margaret hesitated. "It's just not safe. The terrain is difficult, and there's no cell service once you're inside. During the day with good visibility, it's one thing. But at night," she shook her head. "Just please stay on the hotel grounds after sunset." Ryan and Sarah exchanged glances but agreed. They spent Valentine's Day doing typical couple things, sleeping in, having breakfast in bed, walking around the hotel grounds, taking pictures of the mountain views. The special Valentine's dinner that evening was beautiful. Candlelight, live music, incredible food. Afterward, around 9 p.m., they went back to their room. They were standing on their balcony, looking out at the forest under the moonlight, when Ryan got an idea. "Let's go for a walk," he said. "Where?" "The hotel grounds are pretty small." Ryan pointed at the forest. "There, just for a little bit. I saw a trail entrance earlier today." Ryan, the woman at the front desk, said not to go in there at night. "Just for a few minutes. Come on. How often do we get to do something like this? We're in the mountains. It's Valentine's Day. The moon is out. It'll be romantic." Sarah hesitated, but looking at Ryan's excited face, she didn't want to say no. "Fine," she said, "but just for a little bit, and we stay close to the hotel." They grabbed their jackets and Ryan's phone for the flashlight, then left their room. The hotel grounds ended at a tree line about 50 yards from the building. They found a small path leading into the forest. A wooden sign read, "Trail, not maintained. Enter at own risk." Ryan took Sarah's hand and led her inside. At first, it was actually nice. The moon provided enough light to see the path. The air was crisp and clean. The forest was quiet, but not unnaturally so. They could hear insects chirping and leaves rustling in the breeze. They walked for about 5 minutes, following the trail deeper into the woods. "See?" Ryan said. "This is beautiful. Nothing scary about it." "Yeah," Sarah admitted. "It is pretty." They came to a small clearing, maybe 20 feet across. The moonlight filtered through the trees, creating patterns of light and shadow on the ground. "Let's stop here for a minute," Ryan said. They stood in the center of the clearing, looking up at the stars visible through the tree canopy. Ryan put his arm around Sarah's shoulders and pulled her close. "I'm really glad we did this trip," he said softly. "I love you." "I love you too," Sarah replied. They kissed. It was gentle at first, sweet. For a moment, they forgot where they were. There was only the two of them under the stars. Then everything changed. The forest went completely silent. The insects stopped chirping. The breeze died. Even the distant sound of the highway they'd heard earlier vanished. It was like someone had turned off all sound. Sarah pulled back from Ryan. "Did you hear that?" she whispered. "Hear what? I don't hear anything." "Exactly. Everything just stopped." Ryan finally noticed. The silence was absolute, unnatural. Then they heard it. A branch snapping, loud, deliberate, coming from the trees to their left. "Hello?" Ryan called out. No response. Another branch snapped, this time from their right. "Maybe it's a deer," Ryan suggested, but his voice was uncertain. Then came the breathing. Slow, unclear, wrong. And it wasn't coming from one direction. It surrounded them. "Ryan, we need to go," Sarah said, grabbing his arm. "Right now." That's when the smell hit them. Rotten, like wet earth mixed with decay, like something dead. Ryan pulled out his phone and turned on the flashlight, sweeping it around the clearing. That's when they saw it. Between the trees, maybe 30 feet away, something stood. At first, in the phone's light, it looked almost human. But as Ryan's hand shook, making the light move, they could see it wasn't. It was too tall, at least 7 or 8 feet, and its proportions were wrong. Arms too long, legs bending at impossible angles. It wasn't moving toward them. It was just standing there, slightly leaning, like it was watching. "What the hell is that?" Ryan whispered. The thing shifted, and as it moved, they saw more details. Its body was impossibly thin, stretched, like a person's shadow given three-dimensional form. And its face, it had no face, no eyes, no mouth, no nose, no features at all. Just smooth, dark skin where a face should be. Sarah screamed. The moment the sound left her mouth, the thing reacted. It tilted its head, slowly, deliberately, like it was curious. "Run," Ryan said. They turned and ran back the way they'd come. Behind them, they heard movement. Footsteps. But the footsteps were wrong. Too many. Too fast. And sometimes they sounded like they were right behind them. Sometimes to the left, sometimes to the right. Sarah felt something brush through her hair. She screamed again and ran faster. "Don't look back," Ryan yelled. But Sarah couldn't help it. She glanced over her shoulder. The thing was behind them, not running, not even moving quickly, just gliding through the trees, its limbs bending and twisting in ways that shouldn't be possible. And it was getting closer. Ryan's phone light was bouncing wildly as they ran, creating disorienting flashes of light and shadow. In those flashes, Sarah could see more of them, more figures, standing between the trees, all watching, all faceless. "Ryan, there's more of them. Just keep running." Sarah's lungs were burning. Her legs felt like they were going to give out. Then suddenly she burst out of the tree line. The hotel was right there, maybe 40 yards away, lights on, safe. Ryan was right behind her. They ran across the grounds toward the building. At the edge of the forest, the figures stood, watching, not pursuing. Ryan and Sarah reached the hotel's back entrance and stumbled inside. They collapsed in the hallway, gasping for air, sobbing. A hotel employee found them a few minutes later and called the manager. The hotel manager, a man in his 50s named David, listened to their story in his office. When they finished, he was quiet for a long moment. "Did they have faces?" he finally asked. "No," Ryan said. "That's what we're telling you. They had no faces at all." David nodded slowly. "You're not the first guest to report something from that forest. We put up the signs. We warn people not to go in at night, but some don't listen." "What are they?" Sarah asked, her voice shaking. "I don't know," David said honestly. "Local legend says the forest has always been wrong. Native Americans avoided it. Early settlers reported strange things. People seeing figures, hearing voices. Some people went in and never came out." "Why don't you just cut the forest down?" Ryan demanded. "It's protected land, part of a nature preserve. We can't touch it." David leaned forward. "But I can tell you this. Every report we've gotten over the years has one thing in common. It's always couples. Always people who went in there together. And always during moments of strong emotion." "What does that mean?" Sarah asked. Old belief says that certain emotions make people visible to things that usually can't see us. Love, fear, passion, those emotions are like a beacon. The next morning, Ryan and Sarah checked out early. They drove straight home and went to the police. The local police near the hotel took their statement, but said there wasn't much they could do. The forest was outside their jurisdiction, and they had no evidence of a crime. For 3 weeks, Ryan and Sarah tried to move on, but Ryan became obsessed. He researched the forest, found stories going back over 100 years, missing hikers, strange sightings, unexplained phenomena. He kept saying he needed to understand what they'd seen, and then 3 weeks after their encounter, Ryan told Sarah he was going back. "I need answers," he said. "I need to know what those things were." "Ryan, please," Sarah begged. "Don't do this. We escaped. Don't go back." "I have to. I can't live not knowing." That was their last conversation. Ryan drove to the hotel that night. He texted Sarah when he arrived. "I'm here. I'm going in. I'll text you when I come out." He never texted again. The police found Ryan's car in the hotel parking lot the next morning. They found his phone deep in the forest, in a clearing, the same clearing where he and Sarah had been 3 weeks earlier. The phone was still on, still recording. The last video showed the clearing at night. Ryan's voice could be heard. "I'm back. Same spot. I don't see anything yet, but I can feel it. I know they're here." The camera moved around the clearing. The temperature just dropped, just like before. Ryan's breathing got faster. "I hear something. Movement in the trees." A pause. "Oh God, they're here. Multiple ones, surrounding the clearing." The camera shook violently. "Wait, something's wrong. They're different this time." Ryan's voice became strained. "They have faces now. They're copying. Oh my God, that one has Sarah's face." A sound like crying. "They're all copying us, all the couples." The camera dropped to the ground. Footsteps running, then stopping. Ryan's voice barely a whisper. "They won't let me leave." Silence, then a voice. Sarah's voice, but wrong. The tone off, the cadence unnatural. "Stay with us, Ryan. Stay forever." The video ended. Ryan was never found. Search parties combed the forest for weeks. They found nothing. The police eventually closed the case as a missing person, presumed dead. But Sarah knows Ryan isn't dead. "Don't come looking for me." And Sarah has nightmares now. She dreams she's back in that clearing, unable to move, and something faceless leans close to her in the darkness. Watching, then it smiles, with her own face. Practicing, learning, waiting for her to come back. Sarah knows the truth now. Those things in the forest don't just watch. They collect, and they wait for more. Always waiting. In the forest behind the hotel, where love turns into something dark, and couples who enter together never leave the same way, if they leave at all.
Like the story? Subscribe now for more terrifying tales you won't forget.